Hello, fellow adventurers. It's Sherlock Holmes and David here. I posted an earlier video about what I'm packing for my upcoming Transamerican bicycle ride. There have been a few modifications to that, which I can share about in a future video. Nothing major, just a few minor omissions, additions, and replacements. Also, I made decisions on items that would only be carried on the earlier, mountainous, and colder part of the trip. I'll meet up with my wife after that in Colorado and swap those with items for the hotter, more humid, lower elevation latter part of the trip. With that introduction, I thought a fun topic would be to discuss what I'm not bringing on the trip. I'm not referring to obvious things here like a barbell set or a Vitamix blender, but instead items that many other bicycle tourists do choose to travel with, or items that I originally decided to bring but have since decided against. Packing is such a personal thing, and everybody's going to splurge in some areas and be miserly in other areas. I'm talking about weight here and not cost. So I'm not making any suggestions in this video that since I'm not bringing these items that I recommend you do the same. Absolutely not. You know what's important to you better than I do. I'm bringing a lot of camera and technology equipment because I enjoy it and it's important to me. Others care more about their wardrobe or toiletries or cooking options, and their packing lists will reflect that. I'll start off with paper maps. I'm grateful to the Adventure Cycling Association and the routes that they created, but between my GPX files and custom Google Maps, I don't have a need for paper maps. I've done my own research on accommodations, groceries, and bike shops along the route. Every ride report I have read from cyclists navigating with paper maps, they make wrong turns, resulting in frustration and extra mileage for the day. Both Paul and I have the GPX files on our bike computers, so we would both need to miss a turn, the same turn, to get off track. And those bike GPSs, they start beeping at you pretty quickly once you go off track. Next is a water filter. First off, most of the American West doesn't even have many bodies of water that we could filter. And I'd rather just keep more water on me than have to pump water through a filter along the way. I know water filters are really needed for things like the Great Divide mountain bike trail, but I feel comfortable going without one on the Western Express and Transamerica Trail. Then we have my Anchor 737 battery pack. The more I thought about it, I didn't envision many scenarios where I'd be without a power outlet for more than the 7+ hours of battery life I can get out of my MacBook Air. And I'm still traveling with a battery pack, just a much smaller one. It can't charge a laptop, but it could charge my phone and my bike accessories that are much lower power. I decided against bringing my Thermarest camping chair and the REI FlexLight chair. I'm already sitting on what is effectively a lawn chair all day in the saddle of my recumbent, so a picnic table or tree stump would be okay in the evenings. Next, I won't be traveling with my wedding ring. It's a valuable that could get lost, and when I'm hot, sweaty, and exercising, my fingers swell, and sometimes my ring gets on there tight and it's uncomfortable. So this will stay at home, and I promise my wife that I will continue to act as a married man, despite the lack of adornment on my left hand's ring finger. I enjoy my Apple Watch a lot, this guy here, but I won't be bringing it this summer. It has its own proprietary charging cable and needs daily charging. And I cycle already with arm sleeves, and these arm sleeves have things that pass over my thumb, so the watch gets covered up by the arm sleeves. So I wouldn't even be able to see the watch throughout the day. Yeah, it would be nice to have Apple applaud me for closing all of my circles for 60 days in a row or whatever, but I could live without that encouragement. The next item is a paper journal. My memories will be stored in my head and through the digital videos that I take this summer. I do have a Word document that I will open each night on my laptop and lists some metrics throughout the day. Also, each day has a reserved space for me to write through some thoughts or stories that I've had and I don't want to forget. I also won't be bringing any paper books. I do have books I want to read, but I'll read those on a lightweight Kindle with a built-in front light for nighttime reading. That's my list of the items that I'm not bringing. I'm sure there are some viewers out there saying, "You fool! You're making a mistake. You're going to regret it." But I hope I made the right decisions for my bicycle tour. See you next time.